we have a couple of friends of mine. Go ahead and guys introduce yourselves. We'll start with Luis.
Yeah, my name is Luis. I am CEO of Flux2TI, a company. Yeah.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, hi. My name is Rodrigo. I'm the founder and CTO of BlinkTrade. We power Bitcoin exchanges around the world, and one of the exchanges is in Brazil. It's called Foxbit.
We're here at, actually Rodrigo and I are here at Boost, which is run by Adam Draper. Boost VC helps startups accelerate their business, and we're really excited to be doing this. Now, Luis is coming to us. Well, he's got a business in Brazil, and the reason why we wanted to talk to him is because BitLending Club is a peer-to-peer lending platform, and we think that it's going to provide people in South America and countries where banking is, what shall we say, it's more challenged than in the U.S. It's going to provide them with better opportunities. So Luis just applied for, just submitted his documents for verification with BitLending Club, and everything passed perfectly. So we wanted to give him a chance to introduce himself and explain, get a little bit more information about, why he's trying to use BitLending Club. Luis, the first question I have for you is, how did you hear about BitLending Club?
I saw a video, Rodrigo video, about the Brazilian project, the Foxbit, and about the BitLending Club. Then I entered the site and I see how it works, and I think that's great. That's how I find out about the site.
So why did you decide to use BitLending Club? What was the interesting thing for you, and what are some difficulties with banks in Brazil?
In Brazil, we have the interest rates are very higher than in US. That's the reason I think that's very great to do business with P2P and with BitLending Club, because we are a company that we have like I guess 4 years now in Brazilian market, and our revenue last year were probably more than $500,000, and we were paying 4% per month interest rate. That is in a long-term loan. If we need short-term loans, like if I need like money now, I pay like 10% per month interest rate. It's too much because our margins are not so great, and I think that I can find better interest rates here, and people who invest can make more money than that can make in another way.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your business? A little bit more about your business. What do you do? How your business operates, and why you need funding in order to continue operating your business.
Okay. So our company is a software development company. We have some products. Our major product is a software as a service call center platform. So anyone who wants to build or to find a new platform can hire our platform online, and they don't have any setup cost and server costs. It's all on us. They just pay a monthly fee per user, per seat, plus the calls they made. We have like 2,000 monthly users in Brazil now, and one issue that we have that we pay. Some clients pay in advance to us, but the larger clients doesn't pay in advance. They want to pay like in 45, 60, or 90 days after they use. And to get these major clients, we need to accept their needs. And the problem is that we pay the the VoIP services in advance. We pay in advance our suppliers, and then we receive in 6 to 9 days. And as we are growing, we need to put more money in the company to keep the growth.
Makes sense. Perfect. Um, so how will this loan in particular help your business? How are you going to be using this loan?
Yeah, we have some loans in Brazil, in Brazilian banks. We are paying that rate that I told before, like 4% per month, and we think that if we can get a lower interest rate loan, we can pay this loan in Brazil, and we can keep the money in our hands, keep more money, save money.
Are there other businesses in Brazil that could take advantage of peer-to-peer loans, in your opinion?
Yeah, definitely, because as I told you, we have a good credit score in Brazil, and we're paying 4%. The banks say that is less, but if you put all the fees that they charge, it's 4 or more per month, and to smaller companies it's even worse. So considering that it's easy to get the credit and you don't have like a minimum to request, I think a lot of companies could use and use the benefits.
No, that makes sense, and I think that's why we're trying to build a platform that can help everybody across the world. Now we also have to partner with exchanges on a local level. So this is why Rodrigo is helping us here, and maybe Rodrigo can tell us a little bit more about how his business is going to help BitLending Club transfer funds to customers in Brazil.
Okay, so pretty much the people in Brazil, even though some of them they know Bitcoin, the overall idea about Bitcoin in Brazil is something very volatile and very hackerish. So people are not very aware, and they're not very educated regarding Bitcoin. I think that's not only Brazil; this whole world. But when they are introduced to this concept about peer-to-peer lending, which, by the way, in Brazil is considered some sort of if you do that with your currency, is considered kind of illegal if you go over 1% a month. So kind of this market that kind of doesn't exist in Brazil. And the joy of Bitcoin is that Kirill can do that in Brazil through Bitcoin. And the local exchange there that we are powering, which is Foxbit, will help the people in Brazil to get the loans through Bitcoin, but they will not get Bitcoins. They will get Brazilian reals at a better interest rates than they are currently getting from the banks, and they will get in reals directly in their bank account. And whenever they pay back, they will be paid back in reals. The exchange is going to convert back to Bitcoins at the exchange rate, and that's how the investors are going to be paid back. The overall idea is to facilitate, to make sure that Bitcoin is going to be used in a way to bring investors' money from outside of Brazil to Brazil. So Bitcoin is going to be used more like as a way for transmitting money from not only US, from the world to Brazil, and allow Brazilians to have access to credit outside of the Brazilian monopoly system. That's the oligopoly system, where 4 banks dominate the whole credit, and they don't really care if they don't really compete. They just charge the interest rate. The people are desperate to get it.
Makes sense. Yeah, and that's we're really trying to solve a problem here that's very serious for millions of people, and I think that this is just one example of how BitLending Club can do that, and we're really happy to be able to provide that kind of service. So that's our introduction here. I wanted to thank everybody that tuned in. I wanted to thank everybody that watched the video. Everybody is going to have to say goodbye now. Luis, thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on board. Rodrigo, thank you as well. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.